I said, there's only 3 of them, you know. I said, if he's doing it to anybody that is anybody in prison, it's just not going to happen, you know. There's going to be repercussions. So it has to be somebody in prison we call soft or lame or whatever, you know.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take I've got no love for the fakeness. If you want to play tough and want to hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
You meet all types of people in prison. I had when I was in the Missouri prisons, from Brazil, Jamaica, Austria, different places. But the one I'm going to talk about today was from Bosnia, and we called him Boss. I first met him at South Central Correctional Center in the gym, the non-physical part. I went up to the gym, I worked out and everything. I got done working out, and I went into what they call the non-physical. They have TVs and stuff on the wall because I wanted to see how the World Cup was going. So I pulled up a chair and sat down there, and there was a guy sitting down a little ways from me. He spoke to me, and I spoke back to him, but I noticed he had an accent. I knew it was a European accent, but I wasn't for sure. Didn't recognize it being from Germany or anything. So I took a guess and I said, "Are you from Serbia?" And he grabs his ID and shows it to me. I seen the name, and it did look Eastern European. I said, "So where are you from?" He said, "Bosnia." He goes, "I go by Boz, you know, because I'm from Bosnia." Okay. So we get to watching the World Cup and talking about it and everything. You know, he was real big in soccer and he knew a lot about it too, you know. After that, we just started hanging out. He's one of those type of people that once he gets talking, he will talk you to death. So, you know, like after I got done working out, he didn't work out, but he'd hang around where which kind of aggravated me. He'd hang around where I was working, me and my workout partners was working out, just trying to talk. And when they asked me, we'd keep asking, how much more you guys are going to do, you know? Man, don't worry about it. We'll get done when we get done. What it was, he wanted to go out on the ball field and walk around. And so after we get done, I'd get done working out, we'd go out there and walk laps, you know. And he would just talk, and I'd finally say, "Man, I have to go," you know. I was a rec worker. I had other things to do too, you know. Like before the gym closed, I may have to do some cleaning up or something, you know, or maintenance on the weights. It wasn't free weights, it was these pulley weights, and so you had to keep them oiled and everything, you know, maintain grease and all this. He eventually, he tells me that he was from St. Louis. He went over into a neighborhood, a black area, to rob someplace, and the guy shot at him, and he shot the guy and he hit him. And he said, "Man, he was just a criminal." "How you know he was a criminal?" And that's what I told him. "How you know he was a criminal?" "Oh, he was. You don't know that." But anyway, my cellie, who was my partner, is from St. Louis, and he gets talking to me because he wants to know about what's going on in St. Louis now, you know, and everything. And he was asking him about certain streets, and Bob was saying, "I don't know those streets." And he goes, "Well, where are you from? What part of St. Louis are you from?" And so he told me, Kevin says, "I'm from the same area." Bob finally told him the name of some of the streets, and they was all like Bosnian names. And Kevin was just, he was really messed up over that. He goes, "What? They changed the names of them?" He goes, "You got to realize that St. Louis has the largest population of Bosnians outside of Bosnia itself." And he said, "Well, yeah, all the streets, they got Bosnian names. There's Bosnian stores and stuff popping up, you know." Kevin was really messed up over that. I mean, we hung out together for a long time, but he finally gets transferred. Sometime later, somebody I knew says, "Hey man, you was friends with that Boz, you know?" I said, "Yeah, kind of." He goes, "He's in Bowling Green now." And I said, "Oh yeah." I said, "You know, he says he's going to get deported after he gets out, you know, they're going to send him back to Bosnia since the war over there is over with." And that, you know, Bosnia was fighting with Serbia then. And he goes, "Yeah, but he found 2 other Bosnians in Bowling Green, he goes, the guy said, this is what I'm hearing. And that he's going around, they're going around and they're robbing people. They're pressing people out of their stuff, you know. And I said, it has to be weak people, man. I said, ain't nobody that's worth anything going to let that happen to them. Not by those three, you know. And he goes, well, you know, I said, there's only 3 of them, you know. I said, if he's doing it to anybody that is anybody in prison, it's just not going to happen, you know. There's going to be repercussions. So it has to be somebody in prison we call soft or lame or whatever, you know. And the guy says, I don't know, I just thought I'd let you know. I ended up in Algoa. I get a date, and they send me to Algoa. I met a Bosnian there. And, well, I didn't know he was Bosnian at first. And so I was telling him, man, I said, man, I knew a Bosnian named Boz, you know, and he goes, did you meet him in Bowling Green? I said, no. I met him in South Central Correctional Center, Licking. He says, well, I knew one named Boz in Bowling Green. I said, well, he ended up there. He goes, man, I did not like what was going on there, you know, and with them, you know. They was doing things they shouldn't be doing. And I said, yeah, I heard. I said, you know, how those Bosnians ended up in Bowling Green? Because when I was there, before I got sent to South Central Correctional Center, the only foreigners I met was a Russian and a Ukrainian, and they hated one another. He goes, I don't know. He goes, that's just where they sent me. I don't know about the others, you know. Anyway, that's my little story of Boz, and he was a good dude when I knew him, but he just talked your head off. Thank you for watching. See you next time.